Hey guys, we are nearing the conclusion of the tutorial, and the last feature to be implementing is the search page. So if we head to finish product and click on the search item in the navigation menu, we have this search box. So if I search for a movie, so for example, let's look for a movie titled, let's say Alien, and I click on the search icon. You can see we have this nice carousel displaying three cards. So you keep clicking, and we just say 3 cards per slide. And you can see we have this carousel that displays basic information about basic information of the list of movies that have that keyword in them. So we are going to be implementing that in our own application. So let's get started. So first off, we'll start with our navigation. So quickly make some corrections to navigation. So header and our logo especially, we are going to work on that. So for logo, we're going to wrap it with a link tag. So here, I'm going to wrap it with a link. And pass it, just have to import this link from the text, and then pass in href. And since this is the logo, it's going to always take us to the home page. It's going to read a slash. It adds some styling. So style. Text decoration of none. Text decoration or from none, and the color should be white. Great. So let's head to it, and you can see we have it right here. So we're gonna add some styling to the text. So the text is gonna have its own style. And I'm gonna give it a cursor, and it's going to be a pointer. Passing some props. FZ it equals to LG. FW font weight is going to be bolder, and FS font style. It's going to be italic. So you can see we have that display now, and that's for the logo. So for the header, we're gonna have the search button here. I'm gonna wrap it with a link. And it's going to navigate to the to slash search. I'm going to create a search page right now. And add some styling. So style text decoration will be none. Okay. And then the color is going to be white. So our color is going to be white. Great. So head to search. You can see it's 404. We're going to quickly create the search page. So close the components. Under pages, we're going to create search.js RFC to create a simple one, and I'm gonna call it search. Okay, and now we have our RSH page. So now we're going to look at the final product here. We have this title, then the search input. So we're going to view that right now. So first we're going to define some states. So right above return, let's say const, I'm gonna have search input and then set search inputs, and the initial, the use state is going to be an empty string. So this is going to be the state for our input field. You're going to create have some loading state, so it's loading and set is loading, and use state is going to be false, and we're going to have a state that's going to contain our search results. I'm going to say set search results, and our use state initially is going to be false. So these are the necessary states that we need to get started. Okay, so let's quickly render some components in our search page. So we're gonna start with React fragments, and that React fragments, we're gonna import the stack component. And our stack, we're gonna have a title. The title, we're gonna say search for a movie, and the title is going to have an order of 2 and an align of center. So as your search page, you can see it's getting a bit identical. So we're going to have search for a movie. All right, there, and stack is going to have a height of 500 and top and bottom padding of 40 pixels. That's great. So we're going to have we're going to render our search input field right here. So we're going to comment and say search input field. Okay, and I'm going to create a search input component right now. So component folder creates file called search input.js. RC. Great. So let's create this search input file component rather. So you're going to return a few things. So you're going to return a text input. So text input comes from Manton. It's going to have some props. So we're going to be receiving some props here, and it's going to be value on change is loading, and search input handler. Okay, so the prop for text input, we're going to take in a value. Our value is going to be the value that we're getting here, and it has an onChange prop. I'm going to pass in the onChange that we have here. Then it's going to have an icon. So this icon is going to display icon search, and the size will be 1.1 rem, and then a stroke of 1.5. Okay, that's the icon for the text input. Then I'm gonna have a radius of XL. After radius, we have size of our input. Going to be MD disabled. So it's going to be disabled if our loading state is true. Maybe when we're searching for a movie, so the input is going to be disabled until we return an error or success. So loading, and then the right section. we're going to be at the right section of the search input. It's going to have an action icon, which is gotten from Manton, and in it, we're going to have an icon, arrow right, and its size is going to be 1.1 rem, and stroke of 1.5. Okay, so action icon is going to take some props. It's going to take size of 32 pixels, radius of XL, blue color, and a variance. Of field, and they're going to have an on-click event. It's going to be an anonymous function, and going to be the search input handler prop that we passed, and it's going to expect value in it. And then loading of is loading. So that's it. So it's also going to have a placeholder. So after the right section, another prop. I'm going to say placeholder. I'm going to say search movies, and all these properties are gotten from Manton. So you should really check them out. 42, right section went to 42. So that's start for search input. So we're gonna head back to our search page, and right after a comment, we're going to render search input. So, oops, search input. We imported it. I'm going to pass in the props, and we just leave it empty for now. And you can see we have this here, the icon, search icon, and then the action icon here. You can see the color is blue. And I'm going to define a few things. We're going to define the on change, and then the search input handler. Let's quickly do that. So at the top here, I'm going to make a comment that says on change, and I'm going to create a function that says handle input change. It's going to receive an event, and then we're going to set our search input state to be that event.current target.value. Okay, and we're going to have our form handler. And this is going to handle the actual search for us. Let's say const search form handler. It's going to be an asynchronous function. Expect an input parameter, and what's it going to be? So first of all, we're going to set its loading to true, and we're going to set search results to null. So just in case we have carousels down there, I want to clear them off immediately and set loading to true. So set search results to null, and we're going to have our try catch block. So we have catch error console.log error. So back to our try block. Going to say const res, and I'm going to search for a movie immediately. So we're gonna do that right now. And to do that, we're going to create an API route to handle that immediately. So let's do that. So we're going to go to API, and right on the API, we're going to create a search.js file is going to be our endpoint, okay? And before that, we're also going to go to our lib and our requests. Movie request, we are going to create a search movie function. So down here, we're quickly going to say export, we'll say get search results for queried movies. So let's see what that's involved. So we're going to go to our Flixster API, and we have this search endpoint here. And let's say we're searching for Spider-Man. Let's clear this optional parameters. You could see there, we click on JavaScript, fetch. This is what we're interested in. So search and query and equals to. So it sets the endpoint to see what it shows. You see we have data search with three keys, which are movies, people, theaters, and movies. We have 4 items, and they are object of 4 different Spider-Man movies. So we have what we're looking for. We've got our endpoints. I'm going to head back here, and I'm going to say export const search movie, and it's going to be an async function, and it's going to expect the search term. So we're going to say const res is going to be equals to await fetch. I'm going to paste this in. So I'm going to clear this. I'm going to make this backticks. Backticks, great. And in here, I'm just going to copy this process.env rapid API hosts. Great, so slash search query, and here template literal, I'm gonna put in a return which we're getting from our as an argument. Okay, and lastly, passing options at the end. Then down here, because we const data will be equals to await res dot JSON, and we're going to return data. So now that we've defined our search request, movie request is going to come to our search API endpoint. We're going to say export default async function handler takes in rec and res. And what's it going to do? So I'm going to be expecting a body. So a request body. So we're going to say request body is going to be equals to rec dot body. And I'm going to say const data is going to be equals to await search movie, and pass in the request body to it. Then we're going to return. We can just say res dot status 200 dot JSON, and passing data into it. So go to our search page now. So we won't make our request, or we make that request to our API endpoints. Okay, so res is going to be equals to await fetch, and we're fetching to that endpoint. So slash API slash search. I'm going to pass in the object of the method, which is going to be get, and then the headers. The header is going to be an object. Going to have content type application slash JSON, and then the body, the request body, and I'm going to do JSON to stringify the inputs that we're receiving in our search form handler. Okay, and after that response, I'm gonna create a data variable and just await the response .json, and then we're going to set our search result to that data, and that's it for now. Then right outside here, we're just gonna say I'm gonna set this loading to false. So we want to log the search results at the top. So console.log. I'm gonna do that. I'm going to do that right down here. Say console.log search results and save. So let's test that out. So open my console and clear it and search for a movie. So I'm going to search for Dune and hit search. I see search input handler is not a function. Okay, I don't think we're done defining everything yet. So in our search input field, of course, search input field, we are yet to pass a value. So we're going to say value is going to be equals to our search input states, and then on change is going to be our handle input change, and is loading is simply going to be is loading, and our search input handler is going to be anonymous function, and it's going to be search form handler. I'm going to pass in search input to it and save. So we're going to clear our console and try again. Search for Dune, hit search, and request to get your head method cannot have body. So let's check what could be the problem. Okay, it's supposed to be a post request, not a get request. That was a silly error. So I'm going to clear and it should work now. Click on search. And we're getting null. Why are we getting null? Search again. Great, we're having our data. We have data, search. So we are interested in movies. So we're going to say data.search.movies, okay? So in our search results, it's going to be data.search.movies. Okay, this is buggy. Great, so we're having an array of 10 different search items. So it's time to render those 10 different objects into our carousel, okay? So after our search input field, we're going to have search results. So we're going to say search results, and I'm going to give it some space. And space is gotten from Manting, and give it some height of LG. Great. So I'm gonna say if the loading state is true, we want to render a skeleton loader. So skeleton loader. Save. So let's search for examples. Let's do and search. You can see we have this skeleton loader, and it disappears when we have our search results. So after that, I'm gonna say search result if its length is greater than 0. We want to render a movie carousel. You can take in a movie's prop, and they're going to pass in the search results into an array. And you can see that already in action, which is great. And one more time, in case we don't get search results, I'm going to say search result dot length if it's equals to 0. We should render a center component where it's gonna have some text that says nothing found. Okay. And let's try one more time. So let's search for Spider-Man. Click on search. And you can see we have movies that's start with Spider-Man. Search for Dune. And you can see movies that start with Dune. And if we click on one of them, you can see it displays more detail about the movie. So that's that. We've looked at how to implement the search feature, where we could search for movies of our choice and send them to the API and get our result and display them in a carousel. In our next video, we'll be looking at implementing a simple router transition component. See you there.